today. This is a show that I started a couple of weeks ago as just a way to connect with friends and gamers and people in the industry, people outside of the industry, just to hang out and talk about games. I mean, this is what we love to do, right? I love sharing my passion for the hobby, and it's always cool to connect with others as well. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we had Jackie from Show Me How to Win and Eric from What's Eric Playing. And this week we have a very special guest, and I'm going to got my little intro here. We have Amanda Panda, who, if you're in Southern California, I bet there's like no way you don't know Amanda Panda. She's awesome. She's a local gamer here, and I have this little intro that we wrote up, and I'm just going to read it verbatim. Amanda Panda is a board gamer, crafter, and cook/baker. She loves making things with her hands and is always learning new skills and techniques. She's an extrovert with introverted tendencies and can't always decide if she would rather hang out or stay home, but will always put 100% effort for her friends. And I couldn't have introduced her in a better way. Let's bring on my friend and our special guest today, Amanda Panda. There she is. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining me today, Amanda. I really appreciate it. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I'm looking at your background there. I see a panda. Very you're definitely on brand. Nice. And hey, this is great. First comment is Victor. What up, fam? Hi, Amanda. Hi, Victor. Thanks for hanging out. And there is John, Book of Birds. Yes,
Yay.
Always good to see. I feel like the family is here. We're good to go. And I know Michelle and Lauren are watching in the other rooms on their devices. So this is just like Facebook Live, right? Amanda, now we've hung out plenty of times. For those that don't know, Amanda is a local here in Southern California, and I've seen her. I can't even tell you how many gaming events, but she's also been super helpful when I used to co-host some events. She would always be super helpful, not only just getting people, teaching people how to play games and hanging out with them, but just helping provide that welcome, a welcoming environment. And when you meet her, you just instantly know, yeah, this person, she gets it. It's all about having a great time through our hobby. And so I wanted to talk to Amanda today about how she got into the hobby. Amanda, I'm done talking. I talk too much. How did you, for those that don't know, how did you get into the hobby? What was your entry point? And did you play games when you were a kid? What's your story?
So first of all, thank you. I'm blushing right now from all the praise. I'll have to live up to your words. But I'm an only child, so I don't know why, but I've always had board games my whole life. Like as a child, I always had board games. I don't know who I played it with, but I probably played with myself. My parents really enjoyed mahjong. Like poker, those types of games. But I remember having Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for some reason. Board game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know there was. So did you play with your parents, or was like cousins or something, or no?
Probably it's gonna be babysitters. I had teenage babysitters, so yeah.
Okay,
but,
nice.
Yeah, so that was fun, and then I think 1992, I got back into the modern board games and tabletop with Will Wheaton. Really, yes. I found Takanoko through there, and it just really reignited my passion. And then I went to Board Game Empire in Pasadena, which is now closed, unfortunately. But I bought Caverna, which was my very first modern board game.
Wow.
Crazy.
How do you go from Takanoko, watching on YouTube, to buying Caverna?
I don't know. I think I just did some research and it jumped out at me. And I was like, well, I haven't played Agricola, so I might as well just jump into Caverna.
Yep.
And, and they had it. And I was like, okay, cool.
Nice. Dive into the deep end.
Yeah. Well, now, I'm really into it. But yeah, then I got my friends into it. I got my coworker Ruby into it. And then when Game House in Glendale opened, we both went. We were the only girls in Game House for a while. We used to go every Saturday. Robert and Terry got to know us pretty well. Yeah. And then I started forming in my own game groups and going to like girls gaming groups and stuff like that, and it's been fun. And I'm really hoping that this like pandemic ends so I can continue my 2 games of Legacy that
That's
is like
right.
up in the air.
Yeah. Clank Legacy. I know of one of the games you're in. It was hosted out at one of the game nights we do here in the Inland Empire, and I know you have another one. Like, how far did you get into those games before you had to shut everything down?
The all girls Clank Legacy. We only got like 2 games into it, and
Oh
then it
wow.
closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the one in your chicken place is, I think we were in like 6 or 7.
Okay. So you're
Wow, we
almost
were
okay.
so close, and then it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, Clank Legacy. Oh, so good, so good. So no spoilers, but yeah, folks, get Clank Legacy if you can.
I agree.
Yeah, Amanda, you talked about your friend Ruby. So I know some of the story, but yeah, talk more about. So you started going to game house, and what else? Like you spent time with Ruby. Did you through that? I know that someone, I don't know if it was a podcast or a TV producer, had approached you all.
It's weird because we were, in the beginning, they were also getting a lot of press because they were one of the first gaming cafes in LA. So like I would suddenly see a blog post about them, and then there's a picture of us just randomly that they had sneakily taken. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But it was like me, my friend Ruby, and then her friend Jenny. So we were the only girls there, and we were the full table of girls having fun. And then
Nice.
we did get on a radio show. I don't know what radio show it was, but they're like, "Can we interview you?" We're like, "Okay, sure."
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun.
How long did that group meet at Game House, and then what did you do? Like, I know it ended eventually, but where'd you go from there?
I don't know if you can still see me. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yep. So for 3 years, we went every Saturday, and then she went back to Taiwan, and then just last year, we came back and we started going again, but because of work and everything, we weren't able to go regularly, but luckily they still remembered us. Yeah.
So Robert and Terry are great. They're awesome.
Robert is hilarious. Like he always teases me, and I love it. I love it. He's always like, she's the cheater, and she's going to, and I'm like, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Yeah. But Game House has such a wide variety of games, everything from like Monopoly all the way to like Twilight Imperium and all the big ones, and it's so much fun, and everyone's very, very welcoming, and their food's good, and their pie. Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah. So good. Yeah, I do. Yeah. And it's Game House folks, Game House Cafe in Glendale. They are closed right now, but I know there's, they're hopefully ramping back up to, I'm not really sure where they're at as far as when they're going to open or whatever. But John, Book of Nerds says Game House apple pie is bomb, and I agree 100%. I love 100%, apple pie. Yep. Yeah. Victor had said, talk about jumping in. You go from Takanoko to Caverna. That's funny. So after I know that you started doing the Clank stuff. We had several game nights together, and also see you at Strategicon and other conventions as well. What other games, like as far as transitioning, going from, hey, my interest in modern board games was reignited thanks to tabletop. So you got Takanoko, you got Caverna. What other games like were there maybe in between or now that you really, that helped push that love for the hobby?
Kickstarter.
Yeah, nice. What was your first Kickstarter? Do you remember?
Oh goodness, I don't remember at all. That's such a long time ago.
What about some of the bigger hits and or misses a Kickstarter that you've backed?
I got all of Fireball Island and
nice.
Right now my computer's sitting on 7th continent. So I mean, I've gotten a couple of games of that in, but that's hard. I think I want to solo that and try that.
I was gonna say, I felt like the time I played multiplayer 7th continent, I always felt like I would like to solo this, and honestly that's how I feel about Gloomhaven too. Like one of these days I'd just like to sit and have Gloomhaven on the table and just play it whenever, but solo it,
I have Gloomhaven
Do you
too.
have?
So I played it once, and then now it went back in to the
There's
shelf.
just so much setup and stuff for that game, and yeah.
I haven't tried it with the app. Did you try it with the app?
No. I don't have a copy of Gloomy. I just played a friend's. Yeah,
Okay.
I just dropped in for a couple of games. So yeah. Well, any other games that besides Kickstarter that you can think of that were like really instrumental in just continuing your love for the hobby?
Lords of Waterdeep.
Oh yeah.
Reason, Lords of Waterdeep really hit it big with my friends, and like I can share it with anyone. I can teach it to anyone, and they get into it, and then we can show them other worker placement games other than But Lords of Waterdeep is a good, I think, casual entryway into.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bill Audio 22. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Says so close to Game House when I visited California, but couldn't find time to visit. Yeah, whenever like gamers would come in from out of town, obviously this is pre-COVID, but I would always tell them, please stop by Game House, check it out. It was my first time I've ever gone to a board game cafe, so that place has a special place in my heart. I think for entry level, I would definitely recommend Lords of Waterdeep. I was always a big fan of Stone Age too as an entry worker placement, but I think now my entry worker placement is Raiders of the North Sea. Michelle loved that one, and that's a fun one. Amanda, before we move on here to our top 3 list, anything else you want to add about your journey into board gaming, or talk about some of the crafts that you do? Like, I don't, number one, the cookies are like cookies are awesome, and some of the folks down at Renegade, you were kind enough to have me bring some to them. They loved them as well, and my family loves them. And you want to talk about some of the crafts that you do in your spare time?
I know how to do a lot. Like I do origami, knitting, crocheting. I do card making, and you'll see it on my Instagram. With this pandemic, I've been cooking a lot more, but yeah, I like to have a good staple of like 2 or 3 cookie recipes that I like make up and then freeze, and then I can always bake them off and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a lot of fun.
Hey, that's Michelle. Cookies. Yeah, Victor shouted out, we're all hooked on your cookies. And then Lucho AB, thank you for joining us, my friend. I appreciate you spending part of your day with us here. Yes, we are all hooked on your cookies. And I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds here. I want to share this story real quick. During the early on in the lockdown, the shutdown or stay-at-home order, Amanda Panda was kind enough to swing by our house, and she dropped off some frozen cookie dough that she had made from scratch, and she dropped us off. And Michelle and I and Lauren, I don't know how fast we ate it. It was probably that same night, but we cooked them all, and oh, so delicious. I want to thank you again, Amanda. That was such a kind gesture on your part.
Oh, you're very welcome. I gotta do it again because there's a bunch of people.
Yes, please.
Awesome. I keep on saying that.
Yeah. Also, the cards that you craft, they're amazing. There's like all the textures and 3Ds. Like, how did you get into card making?
Well, my attention span has shrunk. So I was like, oh, should I start scrapbooking? And I'm like, oh no, it's too long. So then I started making cards, and I was like, oh, there's all these panda stamps. Okay, getting into this now. So yeah, and then I started doing that, and then I was just like, oh, I'm hooked, and now I have like so many YouTube videos I have to watch still,
nice.
And I have so many cards that are half finished.
That's awesome. Book of Nerds says, did someone say cookie dough delivery?
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, I was like, we can meet up in San Dimas, and then you guys can do like a exchange.
Sounds like a drug deal.
I know, right?
Finally, before we get to our list, Amanda, how did the whole Amanda Panda thing come about? What's up with pandas?
I don't know. I think it started with rhyming with my name, and then I remember seeing a picture of me when I was like little, like with a 6 foot tall panda. So think of a 5-year-old me with a 6 foot tall panda.
Was that like at an amusement park or something? Or
I don't know how my parents bought it, and I was like, okay, I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like I don't have it anymore, sadly, but I found it's like 4 feet tall from Costco.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's sitting in my living room right now,
Nice.
surrounded by its panda friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
You
When
remember?
Michelle and I,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. Yeah. Michelle and I were there last time. Yeah. It's so
Mhm.
funny. Awesome.
And I want to like set up when I get my own place. I want to set it up like Mickey's, hidden Mickey's, but it'd be hidden pandas.
Oh,
And it'd
yeah.
just be like
Nice.
a panda sticking his head out, be like, "Hello."
Get it like, yeah, just like put it in like the walls, like painted
Mhm,
like real lightly. Like, oh, there's a
mhm.
panda.
Yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
great. Oh, I
Yeah,
love
put
it.
it in the drywall.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome, Amanda. So thanks again for sharing your journey into gaming with us. Really appreciate it. It's fun getting to know you. Well, I've known some of these stories, but I'm sure everyone else there loves hearing the stories. You're a fantastic gamer, a great friend, and I'm so happy that you've been able to join me today. But we're not done yet.
Nope.
We are going to talk about our top 3 games that feature cute animals. And I'm so excited. I'm guessing I know at least one of these games that we're going to talk about. But why don't you start off, or I'll start off, and then
Okay.
I'll pass it on to you. So, top 3 games featuring cute animals, folks. I hope you're thinking about the ones that you have on your list. Drop in the comments below here, please, and let us know what games you like that have cute animals. I'm going to start off with my number 3, Animal Upon Animal. This is a game from Haba Games. It's a dexterity game. It's for kids, like all Haba games, but like a lot of Haba games, this one's great for adults too. It's just a stacking game. You're just stacking, little animals on top of animals, right? And if you topple them over, then you get them back in your hand. The first one to get rid of their animals is the winner. These are super cute. I mean, here's the monkey, here's the penguin.
Oh.
Yeah, have you played this one, Amanda?
Mm-mm.
This is
Although
like
I'm really
sorry.
bad with dexterity games.
Oh, okay. This one's fun. Yeah, I mean, you're just stacking these up on top of each other. You start with the base is a crocodile or alligator, and then you stack these up and go. It's so much fun, and it's easy. It's just hilarious, and that's my number 3, Animal Upon Animal from Haba Games. What about you, Amanda?
My number 3 is something you've played recently.
Yes.
P-Dragon Society.
Nice.
I mean, like, come on. They're so cute.
Yeah. Now it's based on a graphic novel comic series, right, by Katie O'Neill. I think it's Katie O'Neill's her name. Is that?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay. Did you read the comics or the graphic novel before you played that game? Or?
I did not. I was like, oh, look, Comic-Con version of this really cute game. And then I was like, oh, she's here. Let's get her to try it. And
Nice.
I was like, okay, yeah.
That's so cool. So, yeah, I just played it for the first time the other day on Renegade's Random Roll Thursday, and I had a lot of fun. It's really light deck builder, but you're right. The art in that is just so insanely cute.
I think it's a great intro to deck builder because it's just so easy. Like,
yep.
I haven't played the artichoke game though yet, so I don't know how it would compare.
I feel like Artichokes is a little more streamlined and faster, and I really like Abandoned All Artichokes as an entry level deck builder game. But I think you can't go wrong with either of these games. They're both great.
Yeah.
A couple of comments real quick. PRRT949 Everdell, yeah, super cute. And Root, yes, and we have. So our winner says, "I love Rescue Polar Bears." It's so cute, nice. I haven't played that one yet. Have you played that one, Amanda?
I did back it on Kickstarter, and it's because I played with my friend Steph, and we're always like, "Oh no, we lost a baby!" Like, oh, geez, my heart.
Oh, that's funny. Victor says he's got 3: Meeple Circus, yes, Rhino Hero, and Muse. I have not played Muse yet. Have you?
Nope, I have not played Muse.
Yeah, Rhino Hero, yes, super cute.
Yeah.
And Meeple Circus. I feel like Meeple Circus sort of went under the radar. That's a really good game. Good call, Victor. Let's move on. Oh, sorry.
Meeple Circus very similar to Animal Upon Animal?
No. I mean, it's got this. It does have a similar. You're stacking things on each other, but yeah, it's like I would say, Animal Upon Animal is the gateway to Maple Circus. Maple Circus, definitely more gamers. Yeah. Lucha AB says, I'm new to the hobby, but Festival of Thousand Cats, can't go wrong with drunk cats.
Oh.
Nice. I have not heard of that one. Something to check out.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to number 2.
Okay.
My number 2 game of games that feature cute animals is Takenoko. I have a feeling that someone on this stream is going to be talking about this game real soon. So I'm just going to say this one I also saw on tabletop with Will Wheaton. Loved it and picked it up. I think I actually got my copy used from at Strategicon on one of their sales. But great tile lane set collection game by Antoine Bauza, and has cute little Panda Meeple. That's all I'm going to say because... Let's just leave it at that. What about you, Amanda? What's your second favorite or your number 2 on your list of games that feature cute animals?
My number 2 is Catbox, which
Yeah.
is underrated because I feel like Kitty Paw, which is the same artist, has like kind of over like. And then have you seen this one? What's it called? Cat Tower.
Yes.
Yeah. And then did you know she has Puppy Circus?
Oh, I didn't know about that one. The puppies, really?
And then, like, my friend went to Taiwan. Ruby went to Taiwan, and then they had a grab box, like a box of just random games, all from the publisher. Nice. And so she got me like all the games, and of course we know Fireworks.
Fireworks is fun, yeah.
So
nice.
It's kind of a cheat, but Catbox is really cute. There's even a Chihuahua.
Oh yeah,
so
nice.
I mean, they're just adorable. So
yeah, I remember one of the last times we had that meetup in at the BBQ Chicken. We played. Which one was it? Was it Catbox? Okay, or was it Fireworks? Okay,
it was Fireworks. Yeah.
Wait, what's the one that isn't? Wait,
with
Fireworks is the one that you drop
mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. There's Catbox is the one you lay tiles, is that, or cards or something? Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
Sorrenter says they have a puppy one. What's so cool? Yeah, I'm all about that puppy one too. They have a pug. Is there a pug in that puppy one?
You know, I have to look for you.
Okay, if there's a pug, I'm definitely getting that in. Okay.
Wait, there is. Isn't that a pug right there?
Yeah, that's a pug. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Sold. Yeah. All right. Time to get one.
Yep.
All right. I'm having some technical difficulties. Amanda, give me just a second. I'm gonna re-add you to the stream here in just a second. So, folks, wonders of live internet. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get Amanda back on here. Amanda, are you there?
Yep.
Yay.
So
okay.
I don't know if it froze, but there's the pug again.
Yeah. There's the pug. Nice. All right. Yeah. So, and then anything by I'm not sure of the pronunciation, Asia or Aza Chen. Yeah, but they're amazing artists, super cute stuff. But yeah, great. Number 2. So, getting ready for our number 1s. But before we do the number 1s, let's talk about our honorable mentions. And mine, a few people have talked about. Okay. So Bill Ladio says, unfortunately, Twitch had a lot of difficulties today. Okay, so thank you guys for hanging in there with us while we work through the technical stuff. We are talking about our top 3 games that feature cute animals, and I'm going to go to my honorable mentions before I get to my number 1. But honorable mentions are Root, T-Rex's Holiday, and Bubble Tea. And Bubble Tea is actually one of those by as a Chen. And also someone in chat talked about Root. Super cute, like meeples and stuff. And then T-Rex's Holiday is mega cute. And you are actually the person that gifted us that game, Amanda. So thank you again for that. It's a roll and write, folks. It's I don't know how to do. It's a roll and write with super cute animals in it, right?
Yeah, and T-Rex is a cat, so he's not a dinosaur. He's a cat.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, I was sort of mixed up when I opened the box. Like, there's no dinosaurs. Oh, T-Rex is the name of the cat. So yes. Let's see. So those are my honorable mentions. I'll go to my number 1. Then we'll have you do your honorable mentions in the number 1. Cool. My number 1 came out, I think, 2 years ago, and it is My Little Side from Stonemaier Games. So this game, I mean, talk about cute. It was based on a mashup between My Little Pony and Scythe, and I love Scythe. So when My Little Scythe game was released, there's no way I was not gonna like this game. I feel like it was just super cute, and it's like Scythe, but super light Scythe. But it's a great game. It's streamlined, it's smooth playing, it's got all the super cute bits, and I played it numerous times with my niece. I actually, when I was reviewing it for Geek and Sundry, my niece was like my gaming partner for this session, and we just played the heck out of it. She liked it too, and her friends did too. So that's my number one game that features cute animals, My Little Scythe from Stonemaier. Have you played this one, Amanda?
Yes, I played it at Game House and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's so cute and it's about friendship and the theme is so sweet and oh my gosh, I think like it would be a great game for any household with children or anyone who just wants something light and cute.
Yep. Yeah, I always love the fact that instead of combat, it was pie fights.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, so good. I know they have an expansion for it now. I probably should get the expansion, but
you should. Then I can borrow it.
There you go. Nice. Okay, Amanda, let's move on to your honorable mentions. You have some games that didn't quite crack the list, but yeah, let's talk about those.
So the first one is Organ Attack.
Yeah,
and it's based off of a comic, but I mean. Like, look at their heart, and there's your tooth, and there's, of course, tongues with the ice cream. And I mean, it is just so adorable. I mean, I I would have put it as my number 2, but it's not animals, so I didn't. It's your organs.
Yeah.
And then my next honorable mention is Unstable Unicorns.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, there's baby unicorns in here, and like. I mean, you can't there's a seal corn and
so adorable.
Yeah, there's a panda unicorn.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And then Cat Rescue by Tate Wu is such a cute game, and it's a cooperative game where you're pushing like the cats around to rescue them, and you can foster them and everything, and it's so cute. It's harder than it looks. I mean, it's pretty light, but sometimes we're like thinking about it, but it is I love the art that he puts in his game, so it's really cute.
Yeah, Cat Rescue, it's fantastic, and I love Tate. He's such a nice guy. Just again, if you're in Southern California, you probably run into Tate at one time or another playtesting. I feel like he makes a new game like every week. You know, he's just he's so prolific and just a really genuinely nice person. And Bill Audio 22 says Unstable Unicorns looks like a lot of fun. I have this game. Unfortunately, it's on my shelf of shame or my shelf of opportunity. One of these days, I would like to play it. So
it can be mean. I just have to say, it can be mean. I mean, these unicorns are not playing around. They're like in it to win it, you know?
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. So those were Amanda's honorable mentions. Let's get to Amanda's number 1. I think I might know what it is, but let's see, Amanda. Looks like pandas. There it is. Takenoko. Now let's talk about that. Exactly.
Yeah, so if you notice, I have the original guys that are this small. Yep. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so he's that small. Yep. And then I have all the gigantic expansions as well, including the little baby expansions that have come out from Chibi's.
The Chibi's. Wow. Talk about before we get into the game itself. So that edition, that's a collector's edition, correct? Like, how long ago did you get that? Did you get it during? Was it a Kickstarter or what was that?
So this edition, which is the giant collector's edition of the original box, I just happened to find on, I think, when Board Game Miniature Board Game, that website.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm getting that." And then I was like, I missed out on the Chibli's, giant Chibli's Kickstarter. And I'm like, oh no. So I messaged them and they're like, oh, we have some. So I went to his website and I bought it and I was like, yay.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, can you show the original and the big one next to it? Like,
let me see.
Yeah. God, look at that, folks. Oh my gosh. So awesome.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And I think like it's such a good, like, Dice Tower West had it and had the expansion, and it was so much fun playing with it. And all, like, as soon as we played the regular version, I'm like, but wait, I have a giant version. And then everyone's like, what? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, nice. So what
Yeah.
was it? That was the game you saw on tabletop, and then did you immediately like go out and buy it and then play it, or how'd that come about?
I think I don't think Board Game Empire had it yet. So I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay. And then I saw Caverna and then played Caverna, and then I was like, okay, this is fun. And then I was like, well, I have to get the Panda one. So then I got the Panda one, and then all my friends are like, hey, this one's good. And so and then now Board Game Arena has it. So I was like, okay, in this pandemic, let's start with Takanoko. Yeah. Especially since all my friends have been like trouncing me on Dominion. So if
really?
you want me to lose, let's play Dominion and I will lose.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Takanoko that was for me and my family. I played it and loved it, of course. And when my nieces and nephew were like super young, that I brought that on. They loved the little panda and trying to make the bamboo stuff. So, and I still that's the game. It'll always be on my shelf. I love it as hey, if you want something lighter now, we could play that. But if you have family come over or friends who really aren't gamers, then that's a good one to start off with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And now, like, Dice Tower West got me 2 more Panda games.
Oh, really? Which ones are
those? Those are Animals on Board, and I finally got a copy of Zoo Loretto. So.
Oh, nice! Oh, that's a tough one to track down. Very nice. Yeah.
So I'm very happy.
Yeah, Zoo Loretto's fun. I've played it once. I really enjoyed it, but you can't find it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda, I want to thank you for hanging out, talking about your journey into board games, and also for just sharing your top 3 games that feature cute animals.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun, and I love this hobby so much, and I really can't wait for it to grow even more and have even more inclusion and even more diverse voices, and to get even more people. I mean, just have as many people playing board games as possible, and I'm happy.
Exactly. Yeah, and people who aren't in Southern California, they haven't. Well, maybe they have run into it some of these conventions, but I think you're a huge credit to the community in board gaming here in SoCal, and even when you support your favorite content creators online too. That's such a great thing that you do. And again, I want to thank you just for being a friend, and hanging out. And I miss playing games in real life, and that'll happen one of these days again. So I just want to throw some of the comments out here. PRT 949 says the big die can hurt everyone. Yeah, that's definitely a big die in the Takanoko. Also, there's Dale Merchants, Lost All Day, the Lucho IEB, thank you. And Victor, thank you, my friend.
Aww.
Daryl shouts out, nice picks, yes. And hey, Mrs. Gav 2020, that is my wife, Michelle. She is watching me. So before we get going, anything you want to share, Amanda, before we get out of here? Any new projects you're working on or games that you have coming in? Or
I'm always working on some kind of crafting project that will never get finished. But that's just the crafter in me. I just got Rap Gods, so I'm very excited to play that. That's gonna be fun.
Definitely. Got Monique in. Thank you, Monique, for hanging out, and also Chris from Cherry Board Gamer. Yes, thank you, John. Really appreciate it. I'm going to end on that note, folks, and going to let you know, just a quick reminder that I do these top 3 at 3. I don't have like a set schedule yet, but I do have one coming up this Wednesday with Lydia. Yeah, and she's I'll post more info there. Finishing things out for Wednesday's stream, but I am going to be on board in East LA with John Gonzalez, Book of Nerds, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. We're going to hang out, talk games. We're going to play Raiders of the North Sea on Steam, and we're going to give away a copy of a digital code. So please join us then. Tonight, 7:30, Michelle and I are going to be back live here on Facebook and Twitch. We're going to be playing Onitama, a real chill 2-player game. Have you played that one, Amanda?
I have. And Yeah, it's a. I mean, it's a thinky game, but it's a chill. It's really cool.
Real chill thinking game. Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, Amanda, thank you again. Friends at home and wherever you are, thank you for hanging out. And until then, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.